Hello everyone, it's Janette Dawkins here with day 57 of the 100-day project. And you wouldn't believe, but this is the third time I have attempted to video. I'll show you what I've done in the first 3 attempts. Basically what I decided, I had a basket full of little bits and pieces that I popped in there that all needed fixing up. So I thought we'd see if we could do, as Rachel did, some quick ephemera. Well, it's obviously not being quick, but I made this little booklet. I did have 2 little bits of paper that I'd put together in one of the little piles, and I just tear out the papers into little booklet forms, these are all the offcuts, and just pop them in a box ready to go. So this one I had a little piece of embossed cardstock, and all I did was stitch down, and I think there's 7 pages, so that makes 24 back and front. Just popped a little one of Tracy's tiny words, a little butterfly, a little bit of bling, a bit of seam binding down the back, and we've got a little booklet to slot in somewhere. Okay, that was the one of them. Then I had 4 little cards that were just sitting in there, and so all I did, I stitched around the edge. Let me stand up to make sure you can see. I stitched around the edge there. I just layered a little bit of curtain lace behind there, and just popped a few little bits on there, and we've got one. This one is very simple. I've just popped that little bit there and a butterfly. I could perhaps put a little word there. I might do that, but once I put that into the where it's going to go, then I can add a little tag or a word or something. This one I have done a little label, and this is another little piece of ephemera, and I'm pretty sure this is from might have been a Tracy kit really early on. And then this is a little butterfly, and this is from her compendium kit. I just printed them smaller than what they were, and so they're already just plain on the back. And I could just go over with my little, and you can see how it's just sort of changed. Just put a little bit of grunge to the back, and that's what I usually do if I've printed onto white or cardstock. This one was just a piece of book page that I'd covered with pattern paper, and this is a washi from Musings by Nikki, and just a little flower that I had floating around. I've got this as a die cut. It's quite pretty. You can layer them up, or you can just, and I decided to flatten that one, and that was on the back of a postcard. This one is on, both of them are on postcards, and I chose just to do a stamp on each one of those. I might put a fake address perhaps on there, depending on where I put them. And these are just 2 little pictures that I had, and I'd torn them out, and they were from a kit that I got through Angela Kerr's site, and their antique paperie. One of my little stamps that I've just stamped onto a bit of calico and really fluffed out the edges, stitched around them all. So take 3. I have 3 tags. These are all Tracy tags that I printed ages ago. I just onto cardstock, just off white cardstock, and I've just stitched around the edge on the 3 of them. Then what I've got is some cheesecloth that I dyed. I'm going to pop that on the back of them all, and then that over the top. So I've got those 2. This one I've just started a little bit more, so we'll continue on with this one, and then we'll get to the others, and hopefully things will work this time. So basically what I want to do first up is to put the cheesecloth down, and I'm just going to do that on with my glue here, because I will put the other cardstock down with some fabric glue. So I just want that to just hold it in place while I put the other. Just move that over a fraction. This glue is supposed to be for fabric, but you know, I don't trust it 100%. Then I've taken one of these little cards, and this is from, I think it's her Tracy Love Junk Journals, her trifolder kit. I'll link it below anyway. And I'm going to use the fabric glue on this one. I think I said before, this is a Helmer's glue. It's a craft glue that I got from Cheapest Chips, and it was something like $1 or $2 or something. And I honestly cannot fault it. It's just as good as the one that I paid $13 for. I'm not sure what the difference is. It's got to be a difference, I suppose. But it might take a little bit longer to dry, perhaps. But I really haven't noticed much difference. I'll probably get in trouble saying that, won't I? Okay. So then I just want that to sort of be just a little bit lower than the peaks there. And that's just given a bit more dimension. Then I chose a couple of butterflies. Now these are from Tracy's Flutterby kit, and they are, I have printed them on to sticker paper, but I also did them on the craft sticker paper. So that's made this a lot quicker. I don't have to worry about, and I had these, I cut these out with my, what do you call it, scan and cut. Okay, so I'm going to put 2 of those down like that. Now this one, he lost his antennae, so I will grab, where are you? My Distress Walnut Stain. Let's just see if it will work. And just put, oh, wonders will never cease. There we go. Yesterday I was using the Stamping Up ones and they just did not want to work, so there we go. Now what I've done for, I've just got, this is from the kit that I think it's toadstools. There's toadstools, flowers and butterflies, and they're tear aparts or cut aparts from Tracy. So I've done these 2 labels, and these are with my Stamping Up punches. They are no longer in the catalogue, but I'm sure everybody's got something that they could use, even if it's cutting out freehand or labels that you, other labels that you have got that you can cut out. But I just think it's a good way to use your punches. So I've done that. And what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of texture behind that one. Again, and I'll just use the this glue, and I'm just going to pop that sort of in the middle there, so that we can get a bit of texture going behind the label. Just over like that. And then I'll just pop that onto that one. The others are going to be similar, but I'll try and do something a bit different as well. Similar but different, does that make sense? Okay. then we'll just do a hole up here. Now, where are they? There they are. I've got some pins, and they haven't got the curly bit at the back. It's just straight. So I'm going to use those. And I'm just going to pop on I might just pop that one on this one, butterfly. So I'm just popping that in the top there, just through there, and there we've got the little dangle. Now you could put your seam binding through there as well, and that is all good too. But this is just a bit of a grungy textural. So that's that one. Quite like that one. Okay, so the next one, we'll do the same deal. We'll just put the this down. I nearly popped this down first to save you watching me do all this, and I thought, well, let's see how we go, because I'm for, I don't know, today's a day of faux pas for some reason. And I just bang that down with my card just to adhere it a little, and I'll pop this one down. Now you can with these pop them down and have the top or the side opening, and then pop you know, a little journaling card in the side like that. So you don't always have to, if you're going to have your little card on the top there, you don't always have to stick them all the way around. Leave a top opening, put a little hole in the top, do your side pocket, have a little tag that goes in the side. You could stitch it in across the center and have two little tags that go across there. It's endless. I'm just giving you the basics with this one, but then you can go on and create a lot more from this style of tag. I did these a long time ago. I think I did it in one of the first albums that I made, and I did have a couple of little tuck spots, and I think Tracy, if you go right back in her videos, she's probably got tutorials that she's used her trifold tags, there you go, that's what they're called, trifold tags, in different ways, many different ways. They're so versatile, not just as tags, but you know, journaling cards. You can use them for a lot of things. But I do love the trifold effect when you do that with them. I'll just trim a little bit off the edge of this one. For some reason, I feel like I want to put a flower on this one. Let's see what we've got. Got some of these are the stickers that I did on the, you can see the craft colour on them. These are a bit small, but I do like that one on there. Oh, that's that one. No, I'll do the other one. Yeah, we'll do that one. I might just trim it a little bit more. I just sort of did these a bit rough. These were, got them done so they're there. They were cut and then ready to fussy if I wanted to be too real fussy. And okay, we've had the little Brandy here today. He's been, he's just so good. He's a doer, but of late he's just so interested in, I mean, he stood there for probably 5 minutes watching 4 or 5 flies just fly on and off. We've got a rocking horse that my dad made out the back of wood, and he was just standing next to that, and these flies were going on and off, and he just stood there watching them. And then he got right down and close to see, I guess, to see what they were made of. You just wonder what's going in there through the little heads when they sit quietly and watch things like that. So, I lost camera, sorry, I just realised that. I'm trying to get it closer so that I can see it, and I forget you guys can't see it then. So I just come up around. I just want to get rid of a bit more of that cardstock, the craft colour. Sounds like they're going, might be quiet now. Daughter grooms here today. She has her little puppies that she makes absolutely beautiful. God, she does a good job. I think I've said that before. Sounds like I'm a bit proud of what she does, hey? Her and her brother and all the kids and their partners are going to go and do a little bit of four-wheel driving along the beach tomorrow. There's a couple of areas that you can get down onto the beach from here, and just drive along to one of the other towns. So they thought they might do that and just have a bit of a picnic lunch and be nice. We were going to go, but our little Lily has got her little lady op tomorrow, so that's put the kibers on us going. Now this might, I just wonder, this might be a little bit big. Oh no. And what have I got here in the label section? Papillon, butterfly. Let's put the butterfly in a different font there. So I've got that, and I will do the same label. So just around the edges. And then I just go around the edges and darken that. And, oh, where's my little brush? I had it because I showed you, didn't I? There it is. And so I just go over that with what's on there, and it just takes the stark whiteness away from that. It's like I'm milking a cow. Come on, come on. They look good, don't they, those labels? I love them. Okay, so once again, these are just stickers, and they're I haven't had any trouble with them coming off. So there we go. No, I won't go around those. I was going to go around with my distress ink, but I think I'll leave it like it is. So we'll just have that up like so. And how easy is that as a little label? And I don't think I will put, no, I won't this time. I won't pop the, if you wanted to, you could use your the girls here, when we're doing cards, we call them elevators for some reason. Somebody got the name wrong one day and it's just stuck. Dimensionals is what I mean. But isn't that sweet? Very nice. You could stamp on the back of that. Like I said, you can make it into tuck spots. The sky's the limit. But I just like the effect of the cheesecloth behind, just giving it that extra little bit of dimension and interest. So again, I'm going to use, this time I might use what about that little one? Again, the same pin. Actually, where's a piece of, I've got some seam binding here. Let's do it like this. So the seam binding up like that, and I'm just going to put the pin through that and let it hang down there. So there's another way of attaching your seam binding at the top. So that's the second one. And now the third one, I might just pop those back here. I think they look rather nice. So again, I'm going to put this one down. This way you can do them, you know, if you've got your bag of ephemera or your bits of ephemera and your little stickers all ready, you can have all your flowers, your whatever stickers you've got, and just have a little bit of a production line going. And make a few as you go along. So there we go, we've got that one. And I've pulled my threads through from the other side so that I've got them on this side, just stick them down there so I've got no threads hanging. I have got it hanging off the base card or tag, but, and the idea, you don't want to make them too bulky if you're going to just have them as a tag and tuck them into a pocket. If you're going to you know, perhaps attach them to a page or something like that and have your little side pockets, well then, you know, you can have them as bulky as you like and add them to a page with with a paper clip. What would we do? I've got some toadstools here. I wonder if we just put a couple of toadies, mushrooms. We can still have a butterfly at the top, can't we? Yeah, I like that. And I did have, that's butterflies. I thought I had some labels that had toadstools written on it, but perhaps they've gone. Walkabout, what's this one? Leaves, fern, marshland, reeds. Oh. I'm just going through, I've got an ephemera folder here, that I've got Tracy's bits and pieces in. I'm going to have to print out some more because they're, that's alright, we will work something out, but I think I'll have that like that. So I'm just going to go and ink around there a bit. Just down the sides. just to cover that white on the edge. These I printed on a cardstock that was probably about 160 GSM. GMS. Okay. So, how long have I been? So I've just got to watch because it turned off before and then I couldn't download. So that's at 25, so I'm going to have to be very careful now. It was 33 when it cuts out. But I had, when I first got this phone, it was brilliant. It went from one, it'd do the 33 minutes, but then it'd go over to another video so that I had plenty of time up my sleeve. But God knows what's happening. Now, where's that little flutterby thing? No. Oh, Rama, my big boy. I've lost it. So, there it is, there it is. I'll just do a lighter piece of this now. Okay, so I hope you got something out of this video. It's just using up, basically quickly, just using up bits that were in my little bag or little basket that I'd pop there to one day make something out of, and today seemed to be the day to do that. So I think they're a bit cute. The other ones that I did that I showed you first up, they were great. I enjoyed doing those as well. So even though I did 3 videos, you didn't have to sit through all that, did you? So this one, I might just put that little teeny weeny one on I've got there. Poke it 3. And there's my 3 tags. I could say 3 and 30 because it's not quite 30 yet. How's that? Okay, so there's those 3. Then I did these before, and these 3. So just something that you can do with little bits that are in your pile of to-do bits. Thank you very much for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed that. See you in the next video. Until then, happy crafting and bye for now.